How's it going, everyone? I am TheGamingRaptor, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the Fireknight Greatsword build in Elden Ring. I'm going to tell you guys that I have been enjoying the Fireknight Greatsword so much. It is one of my favorite weapons right now, and the amount of damage you can do with this weapon and just overall this build that I've come up with is just insane, honestly. So I'm going to go over my entire build for the Fireknight Greatsword, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video on the Fireknight Greatsword. Please comment down below which weapon is your favorite weapon in the Elden Ring DLC or in the game in general. Let me know in the comments down below, but let's get straight into it. Alright, so taking a look at the Fireknight Greatsword, this is what we have. So for the attribute scaling, it has a D strength and a C on dexterity and a D faith. Now you can see that the dexterity itself as the attributes required for it is at 18. It's really good for strength in my opinion, since it does have 22 strength. You can also change the Ash of War from Flame Skewer to Flame Spear. You can change it to pretty much anything you want to. I honestly go for the Flame Spear or the Flame Skewer, which they're both really good in their own right. They're really good Ash of Wars with the Fireknight Greatsword. And if you do get them on the Flame Art affinity granted here, you will get a B scaling in Faith, which is actually pretty good in my opinion, since you do see that there's a bit of split damage there, a bit with the physical and the fire. The fire damage is going to help you out tremendously with this weapon. But you can also go for heavy if you want to. It's an A scaling for strength. You can make it both a strength build weapon or a faith build weapon. I highly recommend going for faith. It's a bit better in my opinion using the flame art B scaling for faith, since you are going to be using a bit of the Ash of War with this weapon too. Now you can farm the Fireknight Greatsword and the armor set from the Fire Knights by going to Storehouse first floor here in the Shadow Keep. Okay, so now you want to just take this lift down here, and once you're down here, you will see one of the Fire Knights is down here as well. All you got to do is just take him out and farm him for his entire kit. That's all you got to really do. And once you take him out, you might get a piece of his armor if you do. Now sometimes there will be smithing stones, but you will definitely just have to farm him. You just want to come down here, kill him, and then go back up here and just go back to the Grace and do it all over again. Now, I highly recommend you guys get the Silver Pickled Foul Foot, as this will temporarily boost item discovery. So basically, it'll boost the items that the opponent drops or the enemy drops and whatnot. So if you use this against the Fire Knights, you'll be able to get the Fireknight Greatsword and maybe get most of the armor set too. It really depends on the RNG in my opinion, but you will definitely get it if you just continue farming it. Alright, so here is the talismans that I'm running with the Fireknight Greatsword. So what I'm running is the Fire Scorpion Charm. This raises fire attacks but does lower damage negation. So you'll basically take a lot of damage, but you will gain a lot of damage on your opponent with the fire attacks. So basically the Fire Ash of War that I showed you guys, using that as a faith build or whatnot, a faith strength, it really doesn't matter, you will do a lot of damage using the fire attacks. So that's why I'm taking the Fire Scorpion. For the next one, I'm taking Charlotte of Alexander to greatly boost attack power of skills. So again, the Ash of War skills and whatnot, I'm increasing the power of them. And I'm also taking the Rotten Sword Insignia. This basically greatly raises attack power with successful attacks. I've been looking at this and I was like, yeah, if you get successful attacks in on your opponent, then you will basically gain a lot of attack power. You can definitely take this if you want to. Some people might switch it out. If you want to switch it out, you can definitely go for Wayne Sword Insignia. It's another good one, but I technically just take the Rotten Sword Insignia just to get that big attack power damage. That's pretty much why I would take it. And the final one's the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman. It enormously boosts the physical damage negation. I take this just because I'm not wearing heavy armor and whatnot. I'm basically going to be taking a lot of damage. I just basically take this just to help with that negation. I mean, you can definitely switch this out for anything else, but I just take it just to help with my negation and whatnot. That's pretty much why I would take it, just to help with that whole physical damage. That way I don't take a lot of damage and potentially get one-shotted. But hey, it's all up to you on which talismans you want to take, but these are my talismans on what I usually take for this build. Now for the Wondrous Physic mix, I'm taking the Flame Shroud and Cracked tier, and I'm also taking the Stone Bar Cracked tier. The reason why I'm taking the Flame one is to basically temporarily boost fire attacks. And the second one here, basically the Stone Barb Cracked tier, I'm taking this to temporarily make stance break easier. Now, I will sometimes switch this out. I will take this, the Open Line Hard tier. Now, this one I will take sometimes if the opponent is doing a lot of damage and I have to take a bit of a hit to either Sonic Mimic tier or to use Golden Vow a little bit or whatnot, like I will definitely take this. Now you can definitely go for other physics if you want to, but I go for the Stone Bar cracked here just to make it to where I can break their stance easier. That is pretty much why I want to take this, just to break their stance. Like that's really why. That way I can maybe get a good hit in. Alright, so when it comes to using the Fireknight Greatsword, the best way that I could say to make it work is to use Golden Vow and use Flame Grant Me Strength, and to use the Ash of War as best you can, since you're basically using the Ash of War, and if you want to, use the wondrous physic, which in this one I wasn't using the wondrous physic since I'm not fighting like a big boss or whatnot. I'm just fighting a little mini boss, which is the Great Red Bear, and I can tell y'all, like, even without the wondrous physic, you're still doing hella damage, man. So honestly, it really depends on what you want to do. I mean, I really go for the Ash of War, since the Ash of War itself does give off that bit of fire damage as well. And see, as you see the damage there, I'm doing a lot of damage using this weapon. I mean, it's not like a straight up one shot build, but I'm still doing a lot of damage when using this build against this bear too. So you can definitely make it work by using Golden Vow, using Flame Grant Me Strength, and if you want to use some of the flame incantations like Giant's Flame, Take Thee I think it is, or Mesmer's Fire Orb or whatnot, or the Fire Serpent I think incantation is what it's called, I could be wrong, you can definitely use that. And I was able to get that poise there on the bear too. So yeah, it's a pretty good build overall. All you gotta do is just use Golden Vow, Flame Grant Me Strength, and just go at it with the Ash of War. And that's how you can get away with using the Fireknight Greatsword and Elden Ring, man. Now here are my attributes for this. Now I'm gonna just let y'all know that I technically am in New Game Plus 3. Now I'm going on to 4 soon. Now for my vigor, I go for 60 vigor, like always. For any kind of build, you always want to go for 60 vigor. You don't want to focus on dexterity, intelligence, arcane. You don't want to focus on those. You mainly want to focus on vigor, mind, endurance, strength, and faith, mainly for this build. So for mind, I'm at 40 mind. Now I would say and highly recommend you guys probably go for either 30 or 35 mind. I feel like that would be the perfect space for mind, like 30, 35, honestly really good. For endurance, you can choose if you want to go to either 40 endurance wouldn't be too bad if you want to. I went with 60 because, well, again, I'm in New Game Plus 3, so yeah, I highly recommend you guys probably go to 40 or maybe go to 30 if you want to, just for the endurance. I mean, well, 30 you don't have to go there. I'd say like maybe 40, 35 around there would be good endurance. I mean, it's not heavy armor, so you're not gonna be like heavy, so you'll be pretty much fine, because you're going to be taking the Greatsword and you're also going to be taking the seal itself. Now if you want to, you can definitely push this up to mainly 50 if you want to, just to be safe. 50 is like the safe spot for endurance, but it's highly up to you. For strength, I went with 80 for strength, since this build here is overall my strength build, strength and faith. So I definitely just went straight for 80 strength. Now for the faith, okay, I went with 80 faith. I pushed this up a bit too much when I was using my New Game Plus here. I went too much with my faith. I say you can go 60 faith. 60 faith would be pretty good. Like I would say mainly like 60 faith would be good, or 50 faith would honestly be the best bet. I went with 80. I went a bit too far. I mean, again, like I was in New Game Plus 3, so yeah, it was a bit too much. But I would say 50 or 60 would pretty much be okay for you guys. So yeah, guys, that's gonna pretty much do it for today's video. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video on the Fireknight Greatsword and the build that I went for it. Now this is my first time doing something like this, so I probably have made some mistakes. If I did make some mistakes, please let me know in the comments down below, as I will try to do better next time around. And also comment down below, what do you guys think about the Fireknight Greatsword? Do you like it in Elden Ring? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments down below. With that being said, I'm TheGamingRaptor. Stay well, Raptor Pack. I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, peace out.